As we learn more about our Christian faith, we know that the very center of the Holy Trinity is relationship, communion, being together, unity. So if the Holy Trinity is the image of communion, that you cannot remove the other and just choose the other two. They have to be together all the time because one cannot exist on its own. So if you just imagine that the Holy Trinity is like that and we came from that, we sort of like we are the child of the Holy Trinity. So everything that you see around us is in itself yearning for communion. So the very desire of the human mind and the human heart is always in the perfection of this relationship, this communion. Only when you have a good communion or good relationship where your heart will find rest. But if you have a broken communion with the world, with the nature, with your community, with the people around you, your family, and even yourself, you will not find rest. No, you will not find rest. Because rest is about perfecting communion. Is that the Lord in the gospel today is not talking about a physical rest. No, kumbaga parang pagod ka dahil masyadong marami kang ginagawa and you want to rest, no? That's not the kind of rest that the Lord is telling to us. It's more of the restoration of that communion that has been broken along the way. No, along the way. So, in this night, the Lord is asking us to reflect, where is that broken communion in your life? Where you can find there's a distortion or there's a stress that is happening. No? So during Holy Week, meron po tayong tinatawag na tatlong the virtues of the Holy Week, and that is the virtue of fasting, abstinence, and prayer. If you look at these three virtues that the church is telling us to do during Holy Week, that's actually mending a broken relationship. No? Broken relationship. Prayer is about restoration of the broken relationship with God, your Creator. Almsgiving, that is the restoration of your relationship with the people around you. And of course, fasting, that is a restoration of the relationship that is broken of yourself. Kaya, it's a very holistic thing when you do all these three things about restoration. So where in our lives do we find brokenness? In what kind of relationship do you find brokenness? Because if you can find that broken relationship, doon mo makikita, andun yung restlessness ng aking pag-iisip, ng aking damdamin. No? For example, if you're not talking with someone, and especially if you're living with them, the stress is so high. Kasi every time that you see this person, you're trying to avoid the person. No, you're trying to not engage in any conversation because you don't like the person. So there's this stress in that relationship. And the only way that that relationship be restored and have peace is forgiveness and communication. Yun lang yung way. No? So Jesus knows about our brokenness. He knows it. That's why when you look around, nakikita niya yung mga tao, when he sees the people gathered around him, he sees the brokenness of the human soul. That's why he said to them, "Come to me, who are labor and burden, and I will give you rest." So what kind of rest that the Lord is trying to say? He said, "Learn from me." What is this thing that the Lord wants us to learn from me? He said, "For I am meek and humble of heart." Meekness is that, and humble humility is a recognition of that brokenness in your heart. Lord, I am broken in my relationship with my wife, in my relationship with my husband, in my relationship with my children, my grandparents, my community, the people around me, my employer, my employee. No, I have a broken relationship with them. No, and it's only in humility that you restore that broken relationship. Sabi ng ating Panginoon, I am meek and humble of heart, and you will find rest for yourselves. So gusto niyang maging ganun tayo because He wants us to feel rest. Yung kapahingahan na pagod ka man physically, pero you can go to bed smiling because your spirit is so peaceful. No, it's so peaceful. So, the Lord, my brothers and sisters, knows us. Yun po yung very amazing about Jesus because He knows you and He knows me. He knows where is that broken relationship na meron tayo. Ang gusto lang ng Panginoon is, acknowledge mo yan. No? I-acknowledge mo and do something about it. Otherwise, kapag hindi mo hinarap yung brokenness na yan, yung stress mo tuloy. No, others, no, they find it because they're not trying to face this brokenness in their lives. What happens is sometimes they find themselves angry. No, lagi silang galit. No? Yung iba naman, they filled with anxiety. Lagi silang natatakot. Yung iba naman, they go into depression. Lagi silang malungkot. And if you look inside, makikita mo, there's a broken spirit inside that person. No? And the Lord tonight is wanting to help you. Wanting to help us. Ang gusto lang ng Panginoon is accept. Accept in humility and in meekness that only Him can mend us. So that's our prayer. No? Prayer natin ngayong misang ito that the Lord will come to us and heal us. And then after healing us, we may find the rest that we're looking for.